As spring is now in full bloom, I wanted to explore some of the symbols that represent fertility and the idea of renewal and rebirth. So with that said, welcome to our channel and let's look at some of the symbols that people have associated with fertility over the ages and across cultures. From ancient civilizations to modern societies, symbols of fertility have played a central role in human culture, representing the cyclical rhythms of life, growth, and regeneration. To unravel the mysteries of fertility symbolism, we must journey back to the dawn of civilization, where early humans revered the earth as a bountiful mother, bestowing life upon her children and nurturing the seeds of creation. In ancient times, people lived in close harmony with nature, recognizing the cycles of the seasons and the importance of fertility in ensuring the survival of their communities. Fertility symbols emerged as expressions of reverence for the life-giving forces of the earth and the interconnectedness of all living beings. In ancient Mesopotamia, the cradle of civilization, the goddess Inanna held sway as the embodiment of fertility and abundance. Known as the Queen of Heaven and Earth, Inanna presided over the cycles of planting, growth, and harvest, guiding humanity through the rhythms of agricultural life. She was revered as the patroness of farmers and artisans, ensuring the fertility of the land and the prosperity of the people. Inanna's temples were centers of worship and celebration, where rituals and festivals were held to honor her and seek her blessings for a bountiful harvest. The worship of fertility goddesses like Inanna extended beyond Mesopotamia to other ancient cultures around the world. In Egypt, the goddess Isis was revered as the mother of all living beings, while in Greece, Demeter was worshipped as the goddess of agriculture and fertility. These goddesses embodied the life-giving forces of nature and served as symbols of hope, abundance, and renewal for their devotees. Their myths and legends reflected the profound connection between humanity and the natural world, reminding us of the eternal cycles of creation and regeneration that sustain life on earth. In Egypt, the god Osiris was also revered as the bringer of fertility and abundance, symbolizing the annual flooding of the Nile and the renewal of life it brought to the land. Osiris was worshipped as the god of agriculture, vegetation, and the afterlife, embodying the cycle of death and rebirth that mirrored the rhythms of the natural world. The flooding of the Nile, which deposited nutrient-rich silt onto the riverbanks, was seen as a divine blessing from Osiris, ensuring the fertility of the land and the prosperity of the Egyptian people. Temples dedicated to Osiris were erected along the Nile, where priests performed rituals and ceremonies to honor him and ensure the continued fertility of the land. Osiris' mythic journey through death and resurrection served as a powerful symbol of the eternal cycle of life, death, and renewal, inspiring awe and reverence among the ancient Egyptians. But more than just deities have been associated with fertility over the years. Objects or things have also been ascribed a particular meaning and symbolism. One such unexpected item is the pomegranate, a symbol of fertility and abundance in many cultures. The pomegranate, with its rich symbolism and luscious seeds, has captivated cultures and civilizations for millennia as a potent symbol of fertility and abundance. In addition to its associations with fertility and abundance, the pomegranate holds deep spiritual significance in various religious and mythological traditions. In Greek mythology, the pomegranate was associated with fertility goddesses such as Demeter and Persephone, symbolizing the cycle of birth, growth, and regeneration. The story of Persephone's descent into the underworld, where she consumed pomegranate seeds, symbolizes the transition between life and death, and the promise of renewal that follows. In Jewish tradition, the pomegranate is said to contain 613 seeds, representing the commandments of the Torah and symbolizing the abundance of blessings and good deeds that flow from the divine. As a symbol of fertility, the pomegranate serves as a reminder of the fecundity of the earth and the potential for growth and renewal that lies within each seed. Our next symbol is a less surprising one if you're familiar with the Bible, and that is fish. Fish have long been associated with fertility and abundance due to their prolific breeding habits and ability to populate bodies of water. In many cultures, fish symbolize fertility, prosperity, and the abundance of life. In ancient Egypt, the Nile River was teeming with fish, symbolizing the fertility and bounty of the land. Similarly, in Chinese culture, fish are a symbol of abundance and prosperity, often depicted swimming in pairs to represent marital harmony and fertility. In addition to their prolific breeding habits, fish symbolize the interconnectedness of all life and the cyclical nature of existence. In Hinduism, the fish is associated with the god Vishnu and is seen as a symbol of fertility, growth, and preservation. Similarly, in Native American cultures, fish are revered as symbols of abundance and sustenance, providing a vital source of food for many indigenous communities. The presence of fish in rivers, lakes, and oceans serves as a reminder of the fertility of the natural world and the abundance of resources available to those who live in harmony with it. The rabbit is another more obvious symbol of fertility, particularly in Western folklore and mythology. Known for their rapid reproduction and large litters, rabbits symbolize fertility, abundance, and the cycles of nature. In ancient European cultures, rabbits were associated with fertility goddesses such as Ostara, the goddess of spring and fertility. The rabbit's association with fertility is also reflected in the tradition of the Easter Bunny, who brings eggs and gifts to children on Easter Sunday. In Chinese folklore, the rabbit is associated with the lunar goddess Chang'e and is seen as a symbol of fertility, longevity, and prosperity. Another obvious symbol of fertility is a direct result of it, the egg. Eggs have been revered as symbols of fertility and new life since ancient times. In many cultures, eggs represent fertility, rebirth, and the potential for growth and transformation. The egg's hard shell protects and nurtures the life growing within, symbolizing the potential for new beginnings and the cycle of birth and renewal. In traditions such as Easter, eggs are dyed and decorated to celebrate the arrival of spring and the promise of new life. Before Easter was celebrated, in ancient cultures, eggs were already often used in fertility rituals and ceremonies to invoke blessings for conception and childbirth. Our next symbol might be less obvious, the acorn. The acorn, with its humble appearance and profound symbolism, holds a special place in the folklore and traditions of indigenous cultures around the world. As the seed of the mighty oak tree, the acorn represents the potential for growth, fertility, and abundance. In Native American cultures, the acorn is revered as a symbol of sustenance and fertility, as it provided a vital source of food for many indigenous communities. The acorn's association with fertility extends beyond its role as a food source to embody the resilience and vitality of nature. Despite its small size, the acorn contains the blueprint for a majestic oak tree, symbolizing the potential for growth and abundance inherent in all living beings. As a symbol of fertility, the acorn serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life and the abundance that arises from the earth's bounty. Then, we have another lesser-known symbol, the cow. In Hindu mythology, the cow is often depicted as a nurturing and maternal figure, embodying the qualities of fertility, abundance, and sustenance. Known as the mother of all creatures, the cow symbolizes the life-giving force of the earth and the interconnectedness of all living beings. Its gentle demeanor and ability to provide milk, nourishment, and labor to humanity have made it a revered symbol of fertility and prosperity in Hindu culture. The cow's presence in religious ceremonies, agricultural rituals, and daily life underscores its central role in fostering abundance and well-being within the community. Finally, we cannot conclude this video without talking about wheat. Wheat, with its symbolism of abundance and sustenance, holds a sacred place in many religious and cultural traditions around the world. In Christianity, wheat is often used as a symbol of the Eucharist, representing the body of Christ and the spiritual nourishment of believers. Its golden grains symbolize the promise of abundance and the abundance of God's blessings. In agricultural societies, wheat is celebrated for its role in sustaining life and ensuring the fertility of the land. As a symbol of fertility, wheat reminds us of the miraculous cycle of growth and harvest, as well as the abundance that arises from our connection to the earth and its bounty. With that said, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time.